Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 1428 and Doubleshot number 13 or 22. Like I said before, 2 Moon Knight trades. First up, and this is the first of 3 trades to collect issues from the 5th volume of Moon Knight, the one that came out in I think it was like 2014, I think it was. No, I think it was like 2012. Yeah. First you have Moon Knight Volume 1, Back from the Dead. Yeah, this collects the first 6 issues of this run. And this is from by Warren Ellis and Duncan Shabby. Warren Ellis is one of those writers, I think he's one of 2 I can think of who doesn't like superheroes. And here he's writing a superhero, Moon Knight. And this is set basically normal New York. And you have basically people talk about Moon Knight. And there's a murder happen. And then we have Moon Knight show up, except it's not technically Moon Knight. We have the debut of, and this I thought was kind of weird. Reading this again, it's been a while since I've read these issues. This is M. Knight, or as referred in the book as Mr. Knight. He's a concerned citizen. Yep, this all-white suit that he would in fact return to do in the next volume for the series. And basically, he's investigating this murder, which is interesting to say the least. You see him basically crawling in the sewer, going like several different layers.
It just came for you.
Yeah, and they find the serial killer, and he is apparently an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm not sure what the guy looks like. He looks kind of like a Deathlock. Yeah, why did he kill the person? Well, because he's a serial killer. So, Moon Knight bows him. And then we have a meeting with, it looked like a psychiatrist. Where she's basically trying to diagnose him. And of course, then he's back at his mansion. Yes, his old mansion. Like, I was surprised to see this thing. Now, this mansion is actually from the original Moon Knight series. Yeah, this appeared in most of the Moon Knight books. And here it's apparently abandoned. So he's here with Frenchie. And he's talking to the Moon God. Yep, the one who he worships. Yep, and you see various, murders happening. Marlene's not really doing anything in these issues. Not really, no. Plus, we have a brand new Moon Knight costume. Yep. Yeah, makes his debut here. Plus, a new Moon Glider, which is really cool. Now, in the case of the costume, it looks really good. I have no problem with it. It's a new outfit that he does sport throughout the rest of this volume. And he does not sport it next volume, surprisingly. Nope, he doesn't wear it at all. He goes back to the classic look for some reason. Not really sure why. Heck, even by the Marvel Legacy numbering that happened back in 2017, he's still back at the classic costume. He's not back in this costume. Not sure why. Basically, the best way to describe these issues is that they're a series of loosely connected issues that really don't go much anywhere. You have M. Knight basically battling, and then he goes to a different house to talk to the Moon God. Yeah, first was his old mansion from the classic Moon Knight series. Here it's doesn't look like the same house, look like a different house. And of course he's wounded. Love the artwork here, is so freaking good. Like here's him in his collection room. Now the one thing he does not do in these issues, surprisingly, because it's Moon Knight, he doesn't assume his old identities here. Not Stephen Grant and not even Jake Lackey. Nope. Doesn't assume any of his identities. All just Moon Knight or Mr. Knight. Yep. So, talking to various police officers. He goes to this abandoned room just to lay on the floor and sleep. Yep, so he goes to this weird reality. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And him, beating up the guy who showed him in the room. And apparently there's a creature underneath somehow, some way. And then he, while talking to some thug, he brings out a freaking sword. Yeah, an old Egyptian sword, which I'm like, okay, I get the fact Moon Knight had this, but damn, I never suspected he would actually use this thing. Also, this is just me, or this hotel looked almost exactly like the Ghostbusters firehouse. Yeah, it looked like the same design, but it's not the firehouse per se, but it looks very similar to that. So he's looking for the serial killer, beats a bunch of people up, and It's interesting to say the least. He battles a guy with two golden knives, and he basically takes him on, various. It look like he takes on some thugs, rescue a girl. Yeah, then apparently his Moonglider kills someone trying to escape. Yep. And then, of course, he's talking to police afterwards. And then we have something interesting. We have a police officer investigating Moon Knight. Like, they mentioned his known antagonist, Rob Bushman, who actually has not appeared in these issues, Scarlet Farishra, Carson Fowles, Robert Merkham, Carson Knowles, the Black Spectre. If I remember correctly, I think this guy is supposed to be dead. Yeah, I think he's dead. I think Moon Knight pushed him up a building in Volume 3. But if you're curious what the guy kind of looks like, there he is in the top panel right there. That's him. Right there. That's him. That's the Black Spectre. We see various police officers. You have somebody asking about Marlene, which great to see her. She doesn't do very much here. And it looks like, though, apparently that Mark Spector has broken up a connection with both her and Frenchie. So he's doing his own thing without them for some reason. And, of course, he takes on some other guy who... And that's basically the book ends. It almost seems as though the way Warren Ellis writes this, it seems like this series of one-shot stories. They're somewhat loose connected, but not really. It's just Moon Knight doing whatever he feels like doing. I'm gonna give the book roughly I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's a pretty decent book. Next up is Moon Knight, Dead Will Ride. This is written by Brian Wood. Yep. Yeah, I should point out though that every time they finish up 6 issues for this run, that they switch writers. And here's something you might find interesting, though. If you're thinking, switching writers after finishing certain issues. Did they hit the restart button during this volume? Nope, they didn't. Of course, you have Greg Smallwood, who does the artwork with Gustavo Kamikawa, does issue 10. Of course, this book collects issues 7 through 12. Yep. Plus, gotta love the artwork for this one. It's really good. I love Brian Smallwood's artwork. And it's something that the guy did for the next time, he did all 14 issues. Didn't skip an issue. And mostly put for this way, you have Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, just investigating various things, him adjusting his suit. And he basically is trying to find a sniper in the middle of frickin' rain. He summons his Moonglider. Yes, his Moonglider. He summons Moonglider, and then he discusses discussion with a psychiatrist. And after a couple issues, at one point he's sent to a mental institution for a couple issues, breaks, and turns out the mental institution was actually on a plane. Yes, a plane that brought him to some other place. Yeah, this lasts for a couple issues. It's almost like for these issues here, it's almost like a tiny bit of setup for the very next volume for the series by Jeff Lemire. Because you have Moon Knight basically going to a mental institution for like 2 issues, and then he breaks out. And of course, we have this woman who shows up here named Gloria Azor, basically is talking to the Moon God, and she basically Moon God asks her to free Mark Spector from where he is. Well, basically, you just follow her for a whole issue, for like issue number 10. Mark Spector is nowhere to be seen. Well, you see briefly, but it's like reduced to a small cameo. And you have Moon Knight in his little wherever he's in. He's get beaten up by mental patients and falls out of a plane. Then you say go to the fishing village, and not much else. This one seemed like Brian Wood was doing something here, but it's almost like you have a bunch of minor threats here. Now, Colin Bump, remember his issues. His issues were a lot more interesting than these issues were. I'm going to give this trade here Same rating, 8.5 out of 10. Gorgeous artwork. I love the artwork. I think the artwork for this volume was an improvement over the first 6 issues of this run. Yep. But there's still one more trade left for this run, and that's it. Yep, that'll be it for this volume. Yep, so yeah, that's a particular review. Stay tuned for my reviews for Eden Zero, Black Clover, Blue Axis. Yeah, there's I got a new chapter for that one today. My Hero Academia, One Piece, Companions of Dispatch, and Baruto. And that's it. Okay, next video. Bye.